I guess it really just depends on what hero Resolution decides to take. I'm trying to work it out in my brain right now. If they do Lich Slardar, then
yeah, because obviously the pairing hero Wisp is going to be with the Chaos Knight in the mid game, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way for the laning phase.
Yeah, maybe you just take some sort of weird. I think you need something that has more stable initiation for Empire. I'm trying to think right now.
Heroes that are left in the pool, you've got Night Stalker, Clockwork.
And part of the downside too about Empire's lineup is that they don't have the best way to go high ground unless they're just dominating the game to begin with.
Yeah.
And Alk is one of the better heroes once he has the Radiance, Octarine, Manta, and holding high ground forever.
Beastmaster?
Potentially, but then you've got a lot of melee-like heroes.
Yeah. All pretty susceptible to Slardar, Tusk, Lich. Yeah.
I'm never really too big of a fan of just running like a ton of melee heroes.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure if you have any range heroes left, though, for offlane.
Yeah.
The Phoenix, I don't think, works here at all.
The Nature's Prophet would have been really legit.
Reserve time.
I don't know. The high ground mechanic is going to be kind of rough. If the CK gets a lot of farm, they can probably do it. And they've got a lot of tempo controlling heroes. Like, it's incredibly hard to fight into the AA blast with heroes like Slardar and Alk.
No, that's an interesting one. Leshrac was actually banned away. I'm presuming they're going to run some sort of safe laner that is self-sufficient, and then run Slardar Tusk as a duo.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can't leave one hero against Chaos Knight Wisp or Chaos Knight Ancient Apparition.
I'm trying to think of the heroes right now that are left over that would pair really well. You would like something that can burst down the Ember Spirit really quickly. That can also solo.
Reserve time.
Mirana. Why'd you laugh, dude?
I thought you said burst.
It's kind of bursty. Arrow, Starfall.
Yeah, but what if that's just absorbed by Flame Guard, and then you have her 2 damage a hit, right clicks?
Oh, hell yeah, Venno. There's your damage.
That's definitely not burst.
Yeah, but
it does provide damage.
I mean, once you get Ags, it pretty much is.
No.
Let's be real here. It gives you
15-second burst.
Yeah, it's a really strong defensive hero.
But
some high ground capability.
Our lanes are still the same, right? Venomancer is matched up against whatever solo Team Empire pick up, which is probably at this point, if you don't pick a hero that's going to be good matched up versus the Venomancer, maybe they even change their lanes and put the dual lane bottom and put the other hero top.
Yeah, Bananamancer, this is what makes him so good, is that he just ruins a lot of your laning plans. It's just so miserable to play against. Unless you're Bulba and you die to a solo Night Stalker.
What about an equally poisonous hero, something like Viper, just to match up in that 1 versus 1?
Yeah. On a side note, by the way, the Bulba
I know you're still
comments,
thinking about the Bulba thing.
Yeah, he's my good friend. I know he's watching the stream, so I gotta poke at him.
I like how you talk to people between the games. If you guys haven't figured this out, friends of Blitz who are listening, if you're talking to him between the game, he's gonna flame you because he knows they knew that you're listening.
Yeah, that's pretty much the point.
And he's just waiting for an opportunity.
Yep.
He essentially while he's talking to you, he's loading up the ammo in his mind, and then he's just waiting for the right situation to present itself to display that one piece of ammo that he has.
You gotta go strong, dude. All right, Empire, take Mirana, dude. That's such a good hero. It's just the best. I'm kidding. If you have to one-on-one against a Venomancer, that would be miserable.
Yeah. What even beats Venomancer?
Maybe you can just run an aggro duel, and then...
Alright.
Okay, there's the Bat Rider.
That's a hero?
I like this hero a lot. It pairs well. They needed some sort of catch and team fight.
Yeah.
A lot of individual spells for ATN, so they decided to take the Venomancer. I know S4 wanted me to point that out. He's like, if you see a team with a lot of solo stun potential, then they don't have the best team fight, so they shore up their team fight deficiency by picking a hero like Fenno.
Okay.
Oh, it's just going to be solo Ember mid.
That makes
CK
sense.
Wisp. AA.
In which case, ATN... You still want to match the Venomancer against the Batrider, right? Or you still win that lane because of ward spamming, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe not in the very beginning, but I figure level 3, level 4, you should start winning it.
Alright, let's see right now. Empire...
30 seconds to battle.
Supreme's just about to get more GPM than this Wisp is going to see the entire game with one bounty rune. This is why Empire, I think part of their lineup, the strength of it is that they can get into these 5-man scenarios. And you really, if you can deny...
Oh boy. This is going to be rough. Empire going to challenge for the rune here. They do not want to be giving up that bounty, but they start out with the 2-man stun, and now the 3-man slow.
Oh, he's stuck.
Aloha Dance is definitely done for. That tether can't get him out. They do have a lot of sticky napalm out. Robert's taking a lot of damage. Nisha coming back from the stun. 2-man stun once again. They're going to commit to Silent here. Nisha maybe dropping covers to this. No, they're going to try body block up Resolution a bit to make sure he can kill Nisha. And Resolution now being hunted down by Exotic Deer. On the way out, ATN, they managed to get out there with the first blood. Looks like Alchemist did pick up that bounty rune. So he's sitting very pretty. His bottle's going to be already here. A great start for ATN in this matchup against Empire.
I partially thought for a second they would be able to get into the fight because the Lich just doesn't really provide anything.
Yeah, Lich and Alchemist both have.
Yeah, exactly. But somehow the Veno just gales a bunch of people, and Aloha Dance was unable to get onto the top of the cliff. And then from there, everything kind of goes and spirals out of control. Who got the kills, actually?
One
Lich
of them.
And the Tusk.
Yeah.
Ooh, free gold for supports. That's Boots money right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the Tusk starting out with Boots already. Has another 400 golds to work towards potential earner something very early on.
That's amazing for ATN, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
This would be such a huge upset for them if they could just straight up 2-0 Empire.
Robert is waiting on his level 2. Looks like they want to try and initiate on Resolution. Now, unfortunately, that last deny is actually going to cause a lot of issues. They really need this next creep to not be a deny and to Tusk to be in range. He's not, though.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to wait it out a little bit longer before he goes for that surprise snowball, but it looks like he's not even going to wait it out. Perhaps has to go bottom now. Nisha has been pushed underneath the trees. Nisha's going to be able to find Aloha Dance and tether out. Obviously, he will get away. Silent.
They're diving for this.
Yeah, they're really committing heavily. As they're going to be any sort of CP, doesn't look like it. Nisha now comes to TP finally from the toss. They're going to commit to Aloha Dance, and he's dead. The snowball's going to catch him, and now they also have even more. The Ice Shard's ready to go. No Fear. He's definitely done for. Blocked out by the Ice Shards, and they don't even need an extra stun, as the tower will end up getting the kill for that one. 4-0 already in the favor of ATN. The laning phase just going terribly for Empire.
I mean, Disaster's just striking left and right. That bottom dive, it makes sense. You want to try to punish the fact that the Sauter's down there.
He's got a lot of stacks, but it doesn't look like that's going to be enough to stop. Resolution just runs him down, and will be able to get back with the healing sound. Be looking pretty good for this lane.
This is the one bright spot right now, is if your Batrider happens to get the solo kill onto a Venomancer. That's pretty significant because it does alleviate some pressure. But still, like, the way that the overall laning phase has gone is been pretty abysmal for Empire.
I think that's really why that Tusk wanted to stay in that top lane, to see if they could get an early kill on the Batrider in a 2 versus 1 scenario and help the Venomancer to that point where level 3, level 4, he'll be a bit better against the Batrider.
Yeah. The good news for them, though, when it comes to net worth, everybody from Empire is actually winning, despite the 4-1 score. And I think this is just because they've been able to get a lot more CS. Like, their Chaos Knight, he was against nobody, pretty much. And their Batrider just solo killed the Venomancer, so he's going to be in an alright position too.
Right.
The majority of the difference in net worth just comes down to how much the supports have been able to get. Like, the difference between the AA and the Lich, for example, is pretty huge.
2 seconds done, but obviously no committed. Silent and Aloha Dance don't want to be diving that tower. General's taken a lot of damage so far, but still has his couple of bottle charges to fall back on.
Forbidden.
This is the annoying thing about playing a melee hero against the Alchemist, is that he doesn't have the best way to kill the Flame Guard, but he doesn't really need to, because Ember has 0 armor to work with anyways, and Supreme is just going to spam stuff out. He's gotten a lot of bounty runes too.
Oh, Elisash, she's dead. It's going to be caught thanks to the ward there. Elisash does know that where the ward's at, or at least should have a general idea it's in this area.
These are really good pickoffs right now for Team Empire. Like, despite the rough start in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a good job of getting a lot out of the laning phase.
Is it better for No Fear to be taking half the experience for this stack? Or should he be going in that top lane?
I think he should actually go to that top lane, but he doesn't know where the Tusk is, so things are probably pretty scary for him.
Right, that makes sense. Speaking of Tusk, he's going to be heading into the middle lane, General. You want to try and gank him up before he's level 6. They'll be able to get the stun. Looks like he chained up Supreme there, and the Acid Spray not quite in the position to take down General. But at least they put some pressure on him.
He's got 3 levels of the Acid Spray, 2 of the Grieval's Creed. Pretty standard stuff. Unfortunately for them, the attempt was good, because he knows that the Flame Guard is down, and he knows that he's not level 6 yet. Unfortunately, though, they just weren't able to get anything going.
Gonna pop the Flame Guard preemptively here because he knows he just needs 1 CS. Or 2 CS, rather. And they're gonna slow down Supreme, trying to go on to him as his ultimate runs out. But both the Tusk and the Lich there to slow down the attempt.
He's just gonna keep Acid Spraying, throw down that cloud that he can't really walk into, make things incredibly difficult for General to proceed. He's already building himself up to 4k net worth.
How do you feel the best way to deal with the Alchemists is? Do you gank him before 12 minutes heavily and try and keep that Radiance there, or do you just kind of accept, okay, the Alchemist is going to have superior net worth and just try and win this the side lanes?
I mean, going for the ganks is okay. Winning all your side lanes and making it so that he eats up a lot of the space that his team would normally take. For example, like the comeback mechanic in the jungle is pretty huge. At top, Exotic Deer whiffs on the Gale, and this is going to end that gank attempt by these 2 heroes. He's going to pop the stick, but it's going to be another 12 seconds. They might actually just go for it beforehand. It's level 2 Frost Blast and level 2 Ice Shards. You could do this, actually.
Let's see, Exotic Deer. He's got his slow up again.
They really want to get this kill on Resolution if it's possible.
I think Resolution does have an idea, though. It's pretty obvious he's sitting far back, not seeing any heroes in mid. Alchemist has been farming away inside the jungle. And thanks to a ward out from the Ancient Apparition, they'll see the rotation of the Tusk out of lane.
Yeah, that's just going to confirm for Resolution that he was correct there.
Yeah.
And pretty significant time wasted. More importantly, the Lich wasn't using Sacrifice, so he's going to get behind.
All right.
Resolution is going to scout things out.
Yeah, pretty fearless here. Does have his ultimate. Of course, Robert still has his snowball, but he's going to be positioned in a bad place. He goes to General, but he's going to be caught now by the chain. Supreme trying to get out, but his ultimate's over, and he will just be run down there. Double kill for General. It's a great rotation from Resolution. Catches out the attempted stack from the Tusk and gets extra bonus on top of killing the Alchemist.
They were originally just going to go for the Alch anyways, but then he runs into the Tusk, and just a really good opportunity for them. And most importantly, this is going to help General catch back up into the lane. I know that sounds weird because if you look at the net worth, the difference is pretty staggering, but this is just how Alchemist works.
Yeah. If you look at the overall net worth, ATN aren't even ahead anymore. They actually started off, the farthest they were ahead was after that bounty rune and double kill. And ever since then, the game's actually been trickling to the favor of Empire.
Yeah, they've just been outplaying them around the map. This Venomancer one-on-one didn't go nearly as well as they had hoped.
Ooh, run, Nisha. Lawn Dance makes sure that 8-minute rune is going to be there, so he'll refill the bottle.
Is under attack.
And a DD form. Of course, that's all right.
Oh, they
ATN are happy.
The low ground.
Oh, what? Oh, they actually caught him, ATN. Nisha tries to get to the Roshan to go for the deny, but Wisp with a double damage and the increased damage as well, the chilling touch. It's way too hard for Nisha to escape.
He walks over to see what rune's there.
Yeah.
And maybe to see what's going on, and then he just gets caught onto the low ground. This is going to inform them, and you notice that he starts pinging like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ward here, but still definitely no reason to be in that position.
Batrider not showing himself in the top lane. He's just doing jungle, which means the Tusk is wasting a lot of time here.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of damage though. This is a free tower for their Venomancer. This is okay. If you don't get the tower, then yeah, I would say that this was not the best time for him, but he's getting really far behind.
How do you build the Venomancer in this game? Do you still go the Ags? I'm presuming you do, and just not focus on the whole Ags aspect of Alchemist.
Yeah, you can even go for some weird stuff. Grab a Midas, go crazy. Get a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Nisha's going to be caught. He even misses the stun there. Will be taken out. He turns around, throws out the Amplify damage just to try and give Silent a little bit more grief for the obvious kill that's going his way.
Laning phase really working out right now for Empire. The mid game too. They've just done a good job of keeping up the aggression around the map and making sure that the Slardar can't get anything. Like we thought after the initial burst where he was able to set up for the kills at bottom, that things would be okay, but they were never really able to recover. And a large part of that just comes down to the fact that Resolution was able to get the...
Oh, Resolution trapped, and they don't realize it, but he doesn't actually have Firefly. So they maybe could have committed for that kill. Of course, the rest of Empire wouldn't have been too far away. Supreme is just happy to continue farming, wants to finish up his Radiance anyway, so no sense in fighting, I guess.
11 minutes. Still, even considering that he's an Alchemist, is a really good timing. This is going to make him a lot harder to gank.
Empire may still go for it, though, with the tanky Chaos Knight. He may be able to obtain this kill. Early treads, drums for him.
Gotta be careful, Nisha. You've got the Wisp
relocate. The relocate. Nisha's gonna have to just keep poking it, but oh wow, they actually caught him there, and he will almost be cold feet procced. Can actually get out of this one. He's got magic stick charges and a TP out. Another sprint away. Maybe he can go for no fear, showing himself. Get him. Oh, the stun misses. He's not gonna be able to get that one. Meanwhile, it looks like we're having dives in the middle lane. Nisha should be able to escape. Back out. Ember Spirit will get away. Resolution as well. Nisha. TP out, not going to escape. A 4-second stun onto him, and he gets punished quite heavily for attempting to kill No Fear there.
Yeah, they lose. The Nisha kill is really significant. He's reset to 200 gold right now, barely level 7. A lot of this game is going to come down to how much Supreme can get out of this post-laning phase experience. Like, just try to farm out the jungle as aggressively as you can. You notice that he's playing on the dire side area, and this is really common for mid laners once control of your own jungle has been lost, and when you want to try to give up a little bit more farm to your team,
right,
to open up your own jungle as a possibility for them to farm, but they don't really have the heroes for that. And
this
are pretty rough right now.
Yeah, this does mean they're going to be more susceptible to the potential setup from the Batrider, though. As he's going to come in solo smoked, he's got a Blink Dagger. All he has to do is catch someone with a Flaming Lasso, and most of the time they'll be able to have a relocate. But right now the Wisp isn't quite with the CK. Looks like it doesn't really matter. Supreme is going to be pulled back, and the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast General is going to jump right over, catch Supreme even further, and they'll burst him down quite easily. And Lich is going to be next up, though. Silent's going to be able to catch him, pull him back in, and just two-shot him. A Chilling Touch just doing an outrageous amount of damage with that Chaos Knight.
It does look like they're going to go for the Veil, by the way, on Exotic Deer. So that means the Alk eventually gives him the Ags. Yeah.
So Venomancer goes Veil and Blink Dagger, and then is given an Aghanim Scepter.
Yep. I think that's generally the concept, but the problem right now is that Empire are getting so aggressive around the map, and this time around their laning phase went so much better. Like in the previous one, I felt like they didn't really get what they wanted out of it, and some small individual errors led to deaths that shouldn't have happened. But this time around, it's Empire that's just punishing all around the map. They're getting so aggressive with this CK combo.
No Fear may be caught. He does have a TP out, so maybe he will be able to get away. Chaos Knight, they tried to go on the Tusk. Oh, not hit by that Venomancer ultimate. They're going to get off the stun, but oh, Silent's actually controlled up. And Nisha doesn't have another stun for another 3 seconds, but they're going to go for a silent kill anyway, and they will be able to get it. General turns around, but he comes in from behind and actually catches the Alchemist. He'll be slowed down a bit, but he's got a Remnant to jump back to, so not a whole lot of fear there.
His Remnant was just like right in front of him.
Oh, speaking of fear. No Fear's done for. Nisha. Just running down No Fear, making sure that there's not an opportunity for him to TP out at all.
This is really awkward.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to use mana.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And that's actually going to help Nisha out a lot. Because he wants to participate in these fights with the Blink Dagger, if he can at all help it. General's kind of close-ish to the Battle Fury. He's built up 700 gold. Resolution's actually pretty strong too now. He's almost got the 4 staff completed, keeping up with the rest of his cores right now. And the Slardar is so far behind. He's barely ahead of the Wisp.
Relocate up to the top lane. Robert is going to be caught here. Has a chance for a snowball, but that's only going to buy him seconds. He will still die here.
With that kill.
Oh, the Ice Blast coming out. They're going to catch Supreme. Yep, the Ice Blast actually just barely nails him. And that allows General to be able to get that kill. Now they're going to be able to slow him down here. Still has his Flame Guard. He's separating himself from the... Oh, he's got a Remnant all the way back. And he actually jumped to his other Remnant, though.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine. That's a really big kill. Notice the distance that's been closed between him and the Alk now. Like, going for the Alk kill will always pay off just because his net worth is so high.
Yeah.
That you're going to get something out of it. And 1,500 gold now is built up really close to the Battle Fury. And the fact that he's only 1,000 gold behind the Alk is so surprising.
Careful what you claim.
And they really haven't lost too much control against this Venomancer spam. Like, he took that top tower, but Empire had a rebuttal pretty quick with the bottom tower. And the mid tower is looking a little bit low, but not enough for any real commitment from ATN. Top lane, are they going to go for this one? It doesn't look like it. Resolution. He had the opportunity to try and catch out Nisha there with the Ice Blast incoming, but...
They've got to wait for the Wisp relocate in 1 second. Then you probably want to get aggressive. Like, if you can force the fight before Nisha has his ultimate, that would be huge. Or before he has his Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
They're going to spot him out too in this area. Maybe Resolution just makes the jump.
They're coming in now. Resolution starts pulling back Nisha. They're going to try and burst him down with 4 seconds under. It'll be pretty easy. Now the turnaround, they're actually going to go for more here. Silent trying to catch up in the 4 seconds. They will be able to catch Supreme. Aloha Dance, is he going to leave the Chaos Knight? He is going to leave him. Oh, Stun actually getting dodged out by the ultimate. Now Silent, he's going to be potentially caught. The Chain Frost gets dodged as well. Beautiful plays on both sides. Silent turns it around and gets the kill on one. Supreme still going to be caught by General. And it looks like El Lisach is just going to be run down by these 2 cores eventually. And he knows it too. General ends up with a double kill, and Silent will pick up the Tusk kill.
Just play after play by Empire. That was such a sick sequence of events. First he dodges the stun, then he dodges the Chain Frost.
Yeah.
Really well played all around, but Empire might just be a little bit too far ahead right now, because the Alchemist just can't survive. And now he's actually dipped below in net worth, and this is the sign that your Alk is having a rough game. When he actually gets behind the enemy mid laner, and now he's behind the other core too.
Nisha, he thought he was going for the Wisp, but now he realizes he's going to be dying, and, well, Robert can't even quickly get the Wisp kill. He's going to be slowed down by that tether, but finally does manage to get out the Walrus Punch. Of course, the result is his death, as No Fear actually picks up the double kill, and actually can pick up a point booster and maybe start working towards a Midas here pretty soon. This could be a very fast Aghanim Scepter on an Ancient Apparition.
The roughest thing about all of this right now is just the fact that the Slardar at one point was... You remember he was 3,200 net worth 6 minutes ago. Just to kind of put that into perspective. He's lost gold over time. Like that, it's so hard to recover from a position like that. And you notice the Veno, I think he's just going to go for his own axe. He realizes that the Alk is in no position to give him one. And I think this is the right idea.
They better bring this Venomancer to the table sometime soon, because I'm really not feeling like the pick has given them too much to work with yet. They haven't had any big team fights. It's just been Empire. Pick off after pick off. Resolution, gonna go for Nisha here with the relocate. There is an Ice Blast over the top, so maybe this really isn't the place that Robert wants to be. He buys some time for Nisha, and actually that stun up for the snowball is enough. Silent's gonna be able to protect himself with the BKB against that Chain Frost. And Exotic Deer doesn't even bother throwing out the ultimate, as the relocate will be able to save. Nisha coming back in, wants to go for Resolution, can't quite hit him though. He'll start sprinting himself away. No Fear and General are on their way in. Are they going to be able to catch up? It looks like they'll catch Exotic Deer with the long-range chains. Exotic
not
Deer
gonna
just
get
throws
anything.
out the ultimate and looks like it missed entirely. And Empire surge right back in with 3 heroes. Look for the extra kill. Lil Sash slowed down by the sticky napalm. Nisha actually getting caught here. Gets out the stun onto General. Has taken a lot of damage from that tower. The amplified damage. If anything, it's actually going to be the Ember Spirit who may be dying here as the snowball catches him. Walrus Punch and finish him off nice and clean. Now stun onto No Fear. Nisha catches that kill as well. And this now allows him to be able to pick up his Blink Dagger. Walrus Punch resumed on a resolution. Robert doesn't have the snowball just yet, but does have ice shards if he catches resolution with the damage. Oh no! Still managed to get the vision there for the unstable concoction. Resolution forced back Supreme, but he's going to be caught and gives the Alchemist the kill. Empire overstaying their welcome, and that bottom lane ended up giving away a lot of kills to ATN, and perhaps this is a road to recovery for the Polish.
Definitely, after a sequence of events like that, Empire just kind of overstay their welcome, like you say. They get a little bit too confident, and you can see that from their mid player alone when General just decides to go in with almost no mana and no escape plan. At that point, he feels so confident. He probably thinks to himself, we're so far ahead right now, why haven't these guys quit? We're just going to continue to go for dives and get up. But at top, Silent, he's got the ultimate available and might not even need it.
Yeah, Exotic Deer's done for. Low Hot Dance just adds that extra touch of damage, allowing Silent to get the kill. Elisash, good thing this is a haste rune. You're definitely going to need it here if you end up running into the smoke of General and No Fear. Problem is, they've got so much stun combination with the Ice Blast, and now Supreme's ultimate being down. The Ice Blast may not even be necessary. They're going to be able to get the Cold Feet proc. The Ice Blast lands, and Supreme's dead once again. Elisash comes forward. Chain Frost to finish off No Fear. Does manage to get that kill. Walrus Punch slows down General. Oh! Long range Sleight of Fist actually catches the Lich, and now Robert forced to just battle it out with General. The Snowball will buy him some time, a little bit of space, but another Sleight of Fist finishes off and ends it with a triple kill.
General just gets so much out of that engagement right now. Experience alone, being able to just solo be there for 3 different heroes. He's already up to level 15, and most importantly, he gets right back onto the track after that bottom engagement. For a second there, I thought to myself, okay, he's going to play a little bit more passively, but ramps up the aggression to make up for what just happened. And the saving grace right now for ATN is that Nisha finally does have the Blink Dagger, and he is level 11. So this can open up some opportunities for them around the map. But it might not matter. Like, Silent already has the BKB, and he's even going to go for the SNY or the Manta.
Nisha. Okay, he needs to maybe help Resolution, or rather stop Resolution. He got the free pick off on the Lich. Supreme's going to be caught by the Ancient Apparition ult, so he's going to be forced back. There's got to be no defense around this tier 2. Resolution just dives right in. He still has to bounce back there and will be able to catch Supreme. Just gets popped there as General. It's so many Battle Fury hits with a Sleight of Fist that he actually managed to kill the Alchemist in the process with the help of Silent, who dealt the dealing blow. Now another jump in. Exotic Deer. He's got his ultimate, but oh no, Exotic Deer's not even going to be able to get it off.
So smart by Silent. He's played this game so well as a CK, even independent of the Wisp. Just the amount of plays that he's been able to make and open up for his team, and they're getting so aggressive all around the map right now.
All right, let's just keep on going. Since they popped that Chaos Knight ultimate, they might as well use the illusions. Let's go for some push on that tier 3 Resolution, chasing the rest of the heroes back. Doesn't even have Lasso up yet. Doesn't really matter. They're way too scared of him.
Yeah, they can go for the Roshan. They've got a lot of options right now. Like, General is hitting for quite a lot. 3,500 gold built up on him. Most likely a Blink or the Daedalus coming up on him. And his item builds, it doesn't really matter so much just because of how far ahead he is of the rest of the group.
They're going to go for the fight here. Resolution getting Supreme, holding him inside of that Ice Blast. The Snowball comes in, and Chain Frost actually bouncing over. Oh no, this is disastrous. Aloha Dance. He's going to go for the relocate out, trying to stay right to the tether, but he actually breaks it. He was trying to break up the Chain Frost while still keeping the tether alive. Unfortunately, it ends up bad as he leaves the Chaos Knight to his doom, and now Wisp is going to come back to a death of his own. He's going to try and Glimmer Cape TP out, but there's a stun from the Slardar. He has a tether over to the side, but that's not going to get away from the Snowball. And another 3 deaths on the side of Empire, fed away to ATN.
They have to stop doing that right now. Like, that's a really significant amount of gold that's being given up right now by them. I think that was a 2,500 initially that they got for the first engagement, and then another 700. 3,200 gold swing. Can't really afford that.
Yeah, this network chart. You could see the way it was climbing down. The Empire's advantage bounced back up after the last team fight where they threw away a lot of golds, and then this latest one, another bump upwards for ATN. And you're getting to a point where those bumps upwards are going to start getting bigger and bigger, as Supreme is going to be a farming machine soon. He's going to have his Manta here fairly shortly, and then once you're able to spread out those illusions with Grievel's Greed as well as the Radiance to farm up, then you're going to be able to get a really fast Octarine, and that just increases the farming time even faster.
Yep, and General actually goes for the BKB, the completely safe play. I like the idea behind it. When the Venomancer ultimate could just potentially ruin your day, and not having to worry about the Slardar blinking and stunning you and just instantly killing you.
Missed that one. Resolution goes down mid.
There's a lot of deaths happening now for Team Empire that they were playing so tight and close before. Opportunities are being found right now by ATN. It's only 5,000 gold lead now too.
Yeah. It's gonna be soon. It's not the tankiness of the Alchemist and Empire have to worry about. It's gonna be that split pushing. And while they do have some decent heroes to deal with it, the Wisp Chaos Knight is obviously one of the better duos. Relocate up to top lane. They're not going to catch Supreme, though. Perhaps miscommunication as General didn't go for the Sleight of Fist initiation.
Yeah, now the AA ult is flying in. There's definitely some miscommunication.
So now they know it's a time to go in, or maybe not. The ultimate actually sends back the Wisp and Chaos Knight. Doesn't quite finish off Robert G in time, but...
Oh, he gets a stun on General, but nobody's even near him.
Downside of being a Slardar with 2 mobility items in that sprint. Sometimes you initiate. No one else can really keep up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Getting real aggressive around the map right now, though.
Nisha gonna be able to hit that double stun. They know Aloha Dance does not have a relocate out, so if they kill Aloha Dance, it'll make it a lot easier to deal with Silent. The Chain Frost will finish him off. Now the ultimate comes in. The Ancient Apparition is gonna be able to do a lot with that Ice Blast, but BKB runs out eventually, and Silent is done for against all that minus armor and physical damage.
And they recover a gem too. And that was no fears, and being able to get that back is really significant. They only lose the Lich in exchange for that combination.
Yeah, another 1,800 net worth swing with just the gem being picked up.
Yeah, now it's only about 2,500. Like, just 2 seconds ago, it was starting to creep to that 10k territory, where if Empire plays it perfectly, then it's 20k, and all of a sudden the game kind of spirals out of control. But ATN have a lot of different ways to win now. You've got the Venomancer that has the fully completed Veil of Discord and the Aghanim Scepter, and so he deals a really significant amount of damage. And the BKBs will start to run out, especially on the Chaos Knight. He's already down to 7 seconds. I mean, things are weirdly getting dangerous right now for Empire.
You know, I'm seeing, looking here a bit into the future, but I would love to see Octarine Core. What do you get next on the Alchemist? Maybe BKB or something to stop some of this control, or what?
If it depends on the playstyle that you want to go for. If you decide to eventually fight, then yeah. But if you just want to split push and never force the issue, then you probably need some more armor at some point, going for the AC.
Right.
And it looks like they're going to go for the Roche.
Yeah. At a certain point, we're going to be looking at Aghanim Scepter, and I really feel like the Lich is actually going to be a great Aghanim Scepter here. You don't normally talk about Chain Frost Ags, but against an illusion-based hero like Silent, it's actually pretty good.
That's a really good point to make too. After he gets his BKB, he won't take any damage to the initial turn, but
it'll clear through those illusions real quickly. Yeah. It'll keep the bounce alive, which is dangerous in and of itself because the rest of Empire can't get close to Silent.
The part of the problem too is that Reality Rift. It's one of your strongest abilities, right? That you can just instantly get on top and hit at once. Will get really weakened by the fact that the Lich has that Aghanims. Silent's got to be pretty careful once that flies his way. The Lich would be so happy to have attacks. He has 739 health.
Yeah, he's only got a Staff of Wizardry right now.
And this is just a standard Lich game.
Yeah. And that Octarine Core is coming in. So you're going to have a 23.5 second Manta style pretty soon here.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I've been in this position before, by the way, playing a competitive Lich game where your team isn't doing the best.
Yeah.
I look at it. He's like sitting at 2,700 net worth.
It's miserable.
And you have no idea what you're meant to do.
What? What do you mean? You
Sacrifice.
ice armor towers.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Ice armor tower. Ice armor hero. Sacrifice.
I know there are plenty of people that love playing Lich, but when you're behind,
Not a fun
it's just
hero.
yeah. When you're behind, especially when you're ahead and you're throwing Chain Frost left and right, and you're seeing your net worth creep up, then yeah, the hero's incredibly fun. But when you're behind and you've got 2,100 net worth at 30 minutes, and any hero on the map can kill you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
General. Backs down from that tier 2 tower push. Nisha didn't want to initiate, assuming that there was always going to be that Wisp relocate play, no matter where in the map they're at.
Yeah, General is gonna farm. He's got the amp damage on him though, so getting aggressive isn't really in the cards quite yet, but you do want to try to use this Aegis if at all possible, if you're Team Empire.
In general, are they going to go for the Ice Blast soon? No Fears traveling alongside Resolution. Looks like they're going to try and go for the Lasso relocate Ice Blast. I mean, no one's going to survive through that combination. Maybe they're going to go for Nisha. Nisha actually jumping to Resolution first. The Ice Blast coming in, but it actually misses. The force staff away. Resolution doesn't get hit by the snowball. Now the relocate's going to be rather ineffective unless they can catch somebody now. Resolution doesn't go for the Lasso, though. Supreme would have been able to complete that ultimate, so...
Oh, he gets the reinitiation?
Yeah, he's going to go for Resolution. He's going to give up his life in the process. They actually bring the Bat Rider back, keeping him alive. But now it's going to be just free roam for Robert G to go on whoever he wants to. Silence actually going to turn around with the ultimate. The Chain Frost bouncing around. It's keeping on those illusions and beating through him pretty quickly. Now Silent doesn't have the BK anymore, but the Chain Frost is run out. Robert, he's stuck without any ability. Silence now being kept alive by the Wisp as the ultimate's run out for the Alchemist. Now they have the ultimate from the Venomancer, though, and that's going to finish off these two heroes quite easily. The Aegis, though, has been burnt by the Chaos Knight, and he's going to come back lurking for more. Resolution will gladly comply, picking up Exotic Deer. Supreme's going to go for the PP out at the same time, realizing the enemy team has blown their whole entire load. So 19-34, Empire, great fight for them, as they're finally going to be able to push down this tier 2 tower.
ATN were so close. I can't stress that enough, how close they were to winning that fight, because that re-engage from Resolution allows them to take that fight, and he was just half a hit from dying. I almost feel like ATN misengaged there slightly. Things went perfectly in their favor. Like the Lich Chain Frost Blast did exactly what it wanted. If you can't hit any of the BKB targets, just clear the Chaos Knight illusions to help out your Alchemist. Then your Alch has nothing to worry about when it comes to fighting.
Yeah.
And the Radiance is going to help him out a lot too once those BKB start to fade, but they were just unable to get the kill on Resolution. He comes back in, gets a lasso off finally. What could have been a huge momentum swing for ATN goes the other way as Empire kind of gains some footing again.
$3K gold on General. He's going to be able to go for that damage item soon. Crystallis or something.
Yeah, they're trying to go on Supreme at top. They're even going to fire the AA blast off. Even for vision, but...
He's one step ahead, and he's going to have an AC very soon here. And then it's a question of what do you do with that Quelling Blade, and then you start looking at the extra items. Boots of Travel level 2.
You saw how much damage the Aghanim's Veno with the Veil did, though, in that fight. If he can get that on multiple heroes, they can still take this game. Like, ATN have a lot of different ways to still win. There were a lot of different momentum swings this game, but they've kind of stabilized, especially with Nisha finally getting levels in farm. Like, he's even about to surpass the Veno in levels. Feel like the next fight is going to be heavily Roshan centered.
Yeah. Silent is gonna complete a heart pretty soon here. That'll be a big upgrade to him, his illusions. Obviously, their damage based on his base strength, so.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I would sort of like to see the Alk after the AC even complete the Aghanims for the Lich.
Relocate. Failed one there. They're going to be able to get a two-man slow. They're actually going to pop the ultimate here. Aloha Dance doesn't really stand much of a chance against that. So he easily goes down. It's worth the committal of the ultimate there for them. General, pops the BKB at the right time. Actually going for the kills. Does manage to get the Lich because of the Ice Blast. But he does have that amp damage on him, and he's got to be careful with his position now, as Nisha wants to be able to jump back in on him. They're actually going to go for No Fear first. They get that kill. The Chain Frost bouncing around after a win for General. Nisha going for more. If he goes too deep, though, he's going to be running headlong into Silent, who's now been spotted out by the Tuss Ice Shards. The Old Scepter getting laid down. Supreme popping the ultimate there. Oh, the wrong side. Nisha is going to be able to get the stun into Resolution and backs him up on the same time. Now, General's been corralled in by Supreme, but can't hold him down long enough. Now, Robert comes in. Knows he's got a serious problem on his hands. He can just burst him down by that one. Now, Supreme, he's going to be left to the mercy of Silent as well with all those illusions. 21-38. And now, with all these illusions, they'll probably just march down middle. They've got an army with them, even if it's only 2 heroes.
They even skip over the gem that was just there. And I don't even think they really care.
Yeah, you can see the scribbling there of the Wiz. He wants to just go straight through middle and take out that tier 3 tower. And they still have plenty of time for these Chaos Knight illusions. 10 more seconds to go.
Yeah, take full advantage of this right now. You've got to pop the glyph if you're ATN, though. You have to know that the illusions are just about out, and this is going to slow down the momentum of the push quite a bit. Empire are trying to pick off the Veno if they can, or at least send some heroes back. This is the right idea for them right now.
Ice Blast's going to force the Lich back to the fountain. It's probably going to be full lane Arax. I doubt ATN are going to fight without their Alchemist, especially with the melee Arax already down.
Yeah, nice and easy right now for Team Empire is... They're even going to get the range one with this.
Oh, they're going for Aloha Dance. They're going to try and burst him down. They are successful. The Chain Frost bounces over to Silent. Is controlling a lot of these heroes. But Jesus, General just crits him up and takes out the Lich. Exotic Deer is going to be hit by that Ice Blast. General will be able to finish off the rest of these 2 heroes with another Sleight of Fist. And Exotic Deer just gets out whatever damage he can in the process, while Slardar ends up dying to Silent there, still ticking down from all that poison. The Alchemist now coming forward. Nisha is hoping to be able to catch Silent as he's quite low. General's down as well. Nisha? Yeah, he goes for Silent now, but hit by the 4-second stun. Silent's going to start healing up with the Hardy, actually using a little bit of that Reality Rift to get ahead, but finally Nisha catches up and Silent will go down. General did survive, though, and that forced out a buyback.
Yeah, and most importantly, they get the racks, they get what they come for, and the Aegis is about to come online soon, and you're having a hard time dealing with the CK as is. Once him or the Ember Spirit grab that Aegis, things are going to get really rough for you. And they're going to go for the smoke. I think they're going to check on that area. Even if it's only 2 of them, maybe they can look for 1 or 2 heroes to isolate out. But they're going to be so disappointed. It's just about to spawn, but they can't really waste any time in that area.
Aloha Dance actually relocated to bottom. Pushed out a wave and brought the Batrider back to base. So keeping the pressure up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They were just 45 seconds too early for the Roshan.
Now we have the Ags on the Ancient Apparition, so he is a very direct counter to the Alchemist now.
You've got a data list completed on General now, and 4,100 gold to boot.
Yeah. It's been a very rich man for quite some time. Nisha is hoping to be able to set a trap here. In General, yeah, they're going to go for it. The 2-man stun as Supreme manages to get off the ultimate. They snowball in. Resolution's going to be trolled up, and Supreme doesn't get hit by that Ice Blast. It's a good setup, but still, General just seems overwhelmingly strong as now the stun's going to hit Supreme. Nice Manta dodge once again, but General comes in. He'll be able to finish up the Lich quite easily. Resolution gets away with that Chain Frost, and now ATN are going to be down a Chemical Rage. Fortunately, he's got that Octarine core, so it's very low cooldown.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, though, they used a lot of spells in the defense of that fight. They used the Chain Frost. They've got a few heroes dead, but they can't really afford to lose Nisha either because he's used his buyback. You've got the buyback available on the Alchemist, but Empire, they still want to try to get aggressive. Resolution almost has that ultimate up again. And
they stun up No Fear. If they can get the quick kill on him, this is worth the commitment from Nisha. Now he's going to try and force Staff Sprint away. Caught by the Eul Scepter, though, and he'll die. As General comes in, gets the chains. Nisha held in place, but still, that commitment is worth his life. Silent is now being chasing, trying to get Exotic Deer. Does get the Reality Rift. Exotic Deer has his ultimate, throws it down, turns around, gets out some poison. Now Silent's going to have some issues with this one, but can he burst down Supreme? Throws out another Reality Rift surrounding this poor Alchemist and all the illusions. They just right-click him down. Robert actually managed to make the commitment there for Resolution, but now he's going to be caught by General, and the rest of the team start backing up. The poison will tick out our Chaos Knight, but General still looks fine and dandy to keep moving forward and force out 3 different buybacks alongside the Chaos Knight illusions. You can see why. They're very rapidly taking these tier 3 towers. Unfortunately, no Chain Frost to stop that TP out. General is going to be caught, though, as a BKB. Remnant to the right side will TP out, and he'll be fine. In fact, he can come back in, perhaps with the relocate along the side. Aloha Dance blinks himself away. What? All right, this is not the commitment that he thought it was, and he gives away the gem in the process.
And there's a question mark drawn on the map by Nisha. He wants to know what that was about, but it doesn't really quite matter too much. Like, for the next push, they're going to be just as strong. The illusions alone managed to take out the range racks. That's so brutal right now for ATN, because all they really have to do is get 1 or 2 engagements like that.
Yeah.
Where they can just force the issue on top of that lane, get the CK illusions onto the racks, and just force a lot of chaos with your Ember Spirit. General, he deals a lot of physical damage right now too. He's a full MKB.
Yeah, they need better lockdown against him, but what would really do the trick? It seems like the Slardar and Tusk can ever make their full combo against the Ember Spirit, because he's usually sitting so far back, or they've got another target they have to go for.
Okay, maybe you set up for this by sending some heroes to the Remnant, but
they get the immediate stun onto him. The snowball follow-up, General's dead.
1,300 gold?
Wow.
Get
that
it, girl.
Tusk.
He draws another question mark.
What are you going to do with Tusk, though?
I mean, who cares, man? This just gives Nisha more opportunities to draw question marks.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm a fan. The casual DM.
I mean, it's to his own team.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal.
The enemy can't even see it.
It's just for fun.
It's the hidden BM. The worst kind of BM.
Is it even BM, though? It's just a guy having fun with Dota.
That's true.
Let's not turn it into more than it is. I am very entertained. They're gonna go for the Roshan now, and Empire, every reason to. You got a full AC completed on Silent. He's a monster.
Yeah, it certainly is. What other items do we have? Lance completed by Aloha Dance. BKB Resolution. Blink Dagger, Exotic Deer. Don't really see too many changes on the ATN side. BKB going to be built eventually by the Slardar. In fact, he's decently close to it. Now that I look at it. They're going to try and get into your Roshan is down to 2,500 HP. If they just go in, they could actually get it. They're going to run it Aloha Dance, trying to get that quick kill. Tether out. Snowball in now. Ice Blast is going to catch nobody there. It's a quick detour. Managed to dodge a lot of that damage. Exotic Gear gets off the ultimate before he's just chased down. Well, actually gets a good force staff. Gets a little bit more damage on No Fear, who is actually surviving until the poison finishes him off. He actually went on the wrong illusion there. Silent is going to try and chase for more. Turn around, stun up. Oh no, he actually stunned the wrong illusion. Now Silent's going to turn around and just go onto the Alchemist with the Reality Rift, and he's just tearing him apart, but he's actually being kept alive with all this regeneration. Can he stay alive through it? Unstable Concussion trying to get away, gets a little bit of distance, and Silent is going to be forced back, even with that Aegis. Doesn't want to make the commitment to chasing down the Alchemist. They know they're in a great position with only him alive, and could be the only person with buyback.
He's going to get this too.
Yeah, he is. Sleight of Fist chains. TP out though. Supreme is away. Nice play, but they forced out a Chemical Rage. And it's just those two against Alchemist. All the farm in the world is not going to stop this 2 versus 1 from coming.
And that heart, you see it do work right there. He immediately has full HP. He doesn't have the mana to back it up, but General clears through all of the illusions of Supreme almost immediately. It's going to be 12 seconds where it doesn't have that Manta available, and
General starts to... Oh, Jesus, the bash! Oh, Supreme gets a big bash out onto General, gets the kill. Unstable Concoction, slowing down those illusions, but it's Nisha who's going to catch Silent eventually here. Blink Dagger up, and it was soon. But they actually turn around. I can't believe they didn't go for that kill.
That might have been the most unnecessary thing I've seen.
An Ember Spirit challenging the Alchemist like that?
Like,
not even just sleight of fist, but full on blinking into him?
Yeah, he just decides to man fight the Alk and like 2-3 hits. Yeah. Supreme manages to catch a bash. Like, that part is lucky. In general, definitely didn't expect that, but still, like, your team can take range racks at the bare minimum with that push if you don't die there. And more importantly, you just slow down the momentum of your team even further. That was completely unnecessary. I understand that they're far ahead, but you know, clean victories are always preferred.
They still have this Aegis on silent, and it looks like they're gonna push out for the bottom lane without their Ember Spirit. Thanks to that kill, though, and obviously the boosted gold increase from that Greevil's Greed and pushing down all these lanes. You already have an Abyssal on the Alchemist. Full commitment by him, but well worth it. The opportunity to be able to burst down these heroes. No fear. Empire playing a pretty dangerous game here with their two supports, and they're going to be caught because of it. He gets off the Ice Blast, turns around, tries to get as much damage onto Exotic Deer because he knows he's dead. In the meantime, Aloha Dancy's going to be run down by the Tusk. Looks like they'll get that kill as well, and sure enough, their two supports do die. Now the BKB activated. They're going to try and fight against Silent. Good bash is going to slow things down for Robert to perhaps get away. Now to get off the ultimate, it looks like it's caught Resolution, and they do finish off the Aegis of the Chaos Knight. Our Lich is still going to be dying here as, oh Jesus, more damage comes out from General with the Sleight of Fist. He's going to come in with another one. Stun goes on to Resolution, but it's going to be the key. Chaos Knight just surrounding the Alchemist now with the help of General. They'll burst down Supreme, and Nisha can't really stop this one unless, oh, the stun comes out. Supreme, is he actually going to be able to get away with this one? The TP out, the reveal is there, but oh my god, he got out. The Reality Rift, it wasn't enough. He TPs away just in time. Resolution, maybe they're going to catch Elisach. Looks like our Lich is, okay, that's just disgusting. One shot's the Lich. And Asarda's going to be caught next. Force Staff.
He's got the
Oh
stun.
my god, he actually gets the kill. General's got to be careful with Supreme here. He's got his Abyssal ready to go. Nisha runs back into him, gets off the amplified damage. Supreme's, though, battling out with Silent. This is not a bite. He can win, and maybe he can escape, though. The Alchemist is keeping himself alive bit by bit. The Unstable Concoction gets it on the General. The stun comes out 2 seconds, and Supreme will finally be taken out. And that's without a buyback. Finally, ATN will lose to Empire. They've got nothing left in the tank, only a Venomancer, while the rest of Empire are all coming into the ATN base to finish off Mega Creeps.
What an engagement, though. ATN made that so much closer than it had to be throughout the entire game, and I mean, they kept it close, but Empire, they just had a little bit too much farm on their two cores, and Resolution, which is no HP at all, fighting till the last breath. They're even going to get the pick off. Exotic Deer is going to do his best. Throw down the ultimate. It's not going to matter. The last Rax is going to fall. The Glyph just not in time. And with that, I think ATN, they don't really have enough left in the tank. And they do have the Alchemist, and we have seen the Mega Creep come back. We saw Alliance accomplish it, but this is going to be significantly harder.
Slowly but surely taking down these heroes. They're going to get the Ancient Apparition as well. Silent is being a little bit controlled up. More buybacks coming out. Robert doesn't have much escape, though, from this Ember Spirit. It's such a big beast. Now he's going to come in from behind. Elisach and the Exotic Deer, they're paired up together, too. The Sleight of Fist finish off the Lich, and one shot down the other hero. General walks away, wiping out ATN, and now 100% ATN have lost this game off the back of General and Silent. Going pretty ham on their cores. Well played, though, by both teams. Exciting Game 1 and Game 2. Kept the series close. It ends with a 1-1 two-game series.
For sure, but I think Empire are going to be a little bit disappointed with how the first game went, especially, and the second game even wasn't the cleanest victory. But they still walk away with game number 2, and well played by both teams. Those last few engagements were definitely really exciting.